Adam, man. Um, Today's episode I think will be really cool. Just kind of talk about Neyland Stadium, some things that you can do on game day. Man, I feel like I mean, we've talked about going to games, talked about doing things like that, but there's a lot of cool things to do, man. And there's a lot of people. Um, I feel like that's maybe not got the chance to go to a game yet, or is maybe went and just have doesn't know about all the little things that you can do on game day. Just
Yeah.
there's a lot of things you can do other than just show up and go to the game.
Right.
Um, and it's like I'll be honest, man. It's been a little bit since I've actually went to one, so I'm sure there's some things that that's changed in the last few years. Because I
Yeah.
think well, time's getting away from me now at this point, man. It's probably been 5 years. It seems like it's only been a couple, but since I've got to actually go to a game. So, man, what are some things that, I know you go quite often. You didn't go last year, but before that, season ticket holder, I know you go a lot, man. What are
Yeah.
some things that like a game routine day for you? Would you say on game day in Neyland?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, it's like everything is kind of based on that game time. Obviously, I mean, I don't want that to sound too obvious, but
Right.
um, you know what kind of day you're going to have if it's
Yep.
a noon kickoff or a 3:30 or the late game, which is 7, I think.
Yep.
I mean, it's really as bad as it sounds, dude. Sometimes it's a headache, man, because it's like that Saturday is done for. If you work Monday through Friday and it's a
Yep.
12 o'clock kickoff and you've got Saturday and Sunday off, Saturday is 100% dedicated to the journey to the game, the journey back home, and everything in between.
Yep.
So really, it's just preparing. Getting up, getting down there. If I had to give anyone advice, man, is get down there pretty early before kickoff because you're going to want to find a good parking spot, um, and things like that. But aside from that, my favorite things to do is obviously I've parked in many different places outside of the stadium there. With a pretty decent long walk from where I've parked to the stadium. So in between there and the stadium, I typically just kind of take it all in. I take my time. Obviously, if the weather's good, taking your time makes it better. you know,
Yep.
but definitely getting something to eat before the game is probably the key. It's the key thing to do. Everybody's trying to cram into every single restaurant within a 2 or 3 mile radius of the stadium, and
Yep.
every single where you go is absolutely packed, man.
Oh yeah, man. It is. It's wild. It's flooded with orange down there when on game day. Um,
Yep.
you know, I know that did seem like an obvious statement, but it is true, man. Like those 12
Yeah.
o'clock games. I mean, I don't live that far. It's like, well, it's within an hour and a half, from home to Knoxville, and so those 12 o'clock games, man, we're usually just getting up and getting down there in time. Get up pretty early, get down there, have enough
Yeah.
time to kind of just get ready for the game. I'll be
Yep.
honest, I don't do a whole lot beforehand with the
Right.
12 o'clock games. It's just getting there and having enough time. Um, as far as that though, like the 3:30 games, the night games, you have some time to really do stuff. I think if you
Yeah.
were, if someone was maybe not just your first time, and if you either never went or it's your first time going to a game, I think one of the things I think is always really cool to go to, and would suggest at least making it, and it takes place. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes before kickoff. Is the ball walk, man. Um,
Yep.
that's something. I've been to before. Um, it's in it's just really cool. The team, gets off the bus. They're walking through. You got fans lined up, man, and kind of get you
Yeah.
hot for the day. Get you ready to go with that. And um, plenty. It's 2 hours 15 minutes before kickoff, so you got still plenty of time before the game starts and everything. But it's definitely something I would suggest seeing if you never been before. Especially I feel and people that's got like got kids, stuff like that. I know that would be something cool for them to see and experience as well. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know. What do you think as far as on the ball walk, man? Is that a must if it's your first time going, or if you've never experienced it?
Yeah, 100%, man. If you've never been to a Tennessee football game, part of the pageantry, part of the entire experience is not only the game itself, but all the theatrics and stuff before the game.
Yeah.
You have to see the ball walk. That just kind of gives you an idea, if you've never even been in that environment, just how loyal and crazy the fan base is. Um, I mean, just picture a street, and we'll plug in images of a ball walk when we do the edit and post this episode. But just picture a street lined with thousands and thousands and thousands of people just to watch players walk in front of them and high five them if you're close enough. A lot of times you're so far back that you can't even see anything, but
Yeah.
you're in that area, you're in that realm of like the energy. You can feel it, especially big time games. I mean, it's a different vibe.
Oh yeah.
Something, Mike, in relation to the ball walk, something that I enjoy even more so than the ball walk, because you can actually get a little bit closer and not as many people crowd in for it, is when the band and the dance team and the cheerleaders come through. And
Yeah.
they kind of take a different path, but it's incredible to be standing right there next to the band members as they're in their formation and they're marching down the street together in unison, and they're playing
Yeah.
obviously Rocky Top, they're playing the fight song, they're playing all the songs that they're going to play, the traditional Tennessee University songs.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Maybe even more so than watching the players walk through, man, because it's just you've got the baton twirlers and the cheerleaders and the mascot and the you've got the Smoky mascot,
Yeah.
but then you've got the guy dressed up like Daniel Boone or whatever with
Yeah.
the rifle and the squirrel hat and all that. Like, so I enjoy that. I want to make sure that every
Yeah.
time I go down there that I at least get to see that, because I've never been to the Vol Walk where I'm close enough to actually like high five a player, or it's kind of more like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, trying to look
And
over everybody and all that. But still, you got to check it out if
yeah.
you've never been. You have to.
That's something cool in that in just a second. First off, yeah, I was looking at that. I know that's like, I know it says an hour and 40 minutes before kickoff on that. I don't know how close they are together. You may be able to make both of those, but
Right.
I could see that, man, because I'll be honest, I've got to see that. I haven't seen the band march yet, and
Yeah.
which is wild. Um, but the uh, the ball walk, I could see, they're a little bit more like the players are serious, locked in, getting ready for the game day.
Yep.
I feel like the band march, man, would just be hot, just
Yeah.
get the fans
Yep.
hopped up playing Rocky Top. Um,
Yep.
but I was once when I was younger, I was a kid and I remember being close enough at the ball walk that you're like right there with the players.
Hmm.
And that if you do manage it, it is awesome. But I was close enough. That's when they had Casey Clausen, man, that nice man. Back when
Yeah.
I was a kid, dude, and that was just like, and just being right there with the team. That was the first time. And as a kid, to me, I was like, these guys are huge. So I was just this little kid sitting there, out there in the line, man, and I was like, God, we just happened to be close enough, but that you were right there where the players were walking in, so it was really
Heck
cool.
yeah.
Um, but you're right, man. Now, especially in the last few years, with the crowds, with
Hmm.
Tennessee, it's no secret that Tennessee's had a little bit more success than they were having before. So therefore, the fan base is now, and the fan base for Tennessee, I feel like, is always strong, but it's
Yep.
you got a lot right now. Um, so you might have to prepare to be there a little earlier for some of that,
Yep.
for sure. And one thing about game day, man, tailgating is also
Oh
something
yeah.
that it's a lot of fun. And when I say, if even tailgating can be fun, man, even for it doesn't always have to not be family friendly. You could have uh, I'm just thinking about getting out the cornhole boards, having having a spot, playing some games beforehand. The
Yeah.
adults having a few maybe a couple adult beverages before game
Yep.
starts. Um, but there's several places, obviously for tailgating. Um, Now, one year we parked, and it cost, but and I'm sure it's worse now, but we actually parked down by Calhoun's on the river, and
Yeah.
it's just a cool spot. I mean, I know that might be. I mean, and it's probably hard to get in on big games. I couldn't imagine. This was just a small game, um,
Yeah.
and we tell just pulled out the cornhole boards, man. And then after the game, we actually ate there, so that was cool too. Had a spot to eat. Like I said, it was a little pricey to be able to get in the parking area, and it's probably
Yeah.
worse now. That's been several years ago. Fun fact, that's
Yeah.
actually when we lost to Georgia State. But you know, but it
Yeah,
was
that that's probably the number one piece of advice that you could give someone if it was their first time going to a game, is just be prepared mentally and physically. And as far as trying to find somewhere to park and taking into consideration how far of a walk you might have from where you parked to the stadium. It's you
yeah,
can find yourself on some long journeys, man. One
for
of my
sure.
favorite places to park, which it's a journey, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't know exactly how far it is, but I can pull up a map or something on the edit. But I like parking at Market Square Garage. There are actually free options if you get there early enough. Obviously, the free parking garages outside the perimeter of the stadium are owned by the city. They're not actually connected to the university, so it's basically free public parking.
Yeah,
But they fill up quickly. I mean, I'm talking super fast, especially those 12 o'clock games. I mean, if you're not parking at the parking garage I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but if you're not parking at the parking garage at like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., you're
yeah,
probably not going to be parking there. But that's my favorite place to go because as soon as you come out of the parking garage and you round the corner, you've got Market Square and you've got tons of options where you can
oh yeah,
eat. There's if you're into it, there's bars there. There's just people hanging out everywhere before the game, relaxing. You can make friends, have conversations, meet people that you would never otherwise meet. And there's just a really cool area right there in Market Square I mean, even if you wanted to shop, there's some shops there. There's places, like I said, places to eat. And then the
yeah,
journey from Market Square to the stadium it's a pretty long haul, man. I mean,
yeah.
you end up walking quite a bit. So if you own some good walking shoes, that's my that's one of my biggest pieces of advice is for someone that's never been is wear some good walking shoes that are comfortable because
Yeah.
by the end of the day, when you're walking back to the car or whatever the case is, your feet are
It's
the
yeah,
things that have to carry you there. So you better take care of them
yeah,
while you're down there.
yeah. And I mean, you kind of got to be prepared to walk, man. On those days, I feel like
Yep.
even if you pay quite a bit and you get yourself
Yeah.
close to the stadium,
Yep.
you're still walking in the stadium. You're still walking around to your seats. I mean,
Yep.
there's and it's a big stadium, so you're definitely going to have some walking going
Right.
on, anyways. Um, but yeah, there's some places that you can find, man, and park. And if you're parking for free, it's going to be a little bit of a haul. Um,
Yep.
and there's plenty of places you can park and pay. So
Yeah.
um, you I remember like I can't remember which game. It might have been one of the last games I went to, man. I just happened to I used to park. There was a spot like right off the interstate, man, and I think it was free, but it was nice because you could get right back up on the interstate if you
Yeah.
weren't doing, it if you weren't doing much down there other than just going to the game. That was cool,
Yep.
but obviously it wasn't really ideal if you had plans to hang out and kind of do some things.
Yep.
At least after the game, if you had plans for that, but unless you was walking to your car,
Yeah.
the end of the day or whenever you were done. Um,
Yeah.
but I parked one year in somebody's yard. They literally had a yard that they opened up to parking. It was like, I think it was maybe $20, which,
Yeah.
compared to some of those down there, 40, 60. I mean, it gets up there in parking. So,
Oh
we
yeah.
ended up parking there, but it was literally someone's yard, man, that they had opened up to parking. I was like, well, that's one way to make some money if you got a little spot down there, I guess,
Yeah.
get some parking
That
going. But
that reminds me of the Bristol Motor Speedway, man.
Oh
down
yeah,
that stretch of highway. All the houses within a freaking
yeah.
5 mile radius open their yards up for people to park in.
No,
But
no,
that was at
I don't
that
blame
was
them.
at the height of yeah, that was at the height of like
Yeah,
NASCAR when it was like everybody loved it. I don't know that it
yeah,
stays packed like it used to, but
yeah.
anyway,
So
realistically,
something,
Mike, the elephant in the room of this whole experience is unfortunately, man, those ticket prices.
yeah,
You unfortunately the way things are nowadays, and the way I guess with success comes sacrifice. I mean, unfortunately, going to Tennessee games now is not cheap at all.
it's not, man.
If you're hopping on that secondary market, you're going to be paying quite a bit, especially to big time games. My advice is start talking to people, make friends with someone that maybe has season tickets, or reach out to people that that have season tickets, and just you might catch them not being able to make a certain game, or whatever.
Yeah,
And but that's the elephant in the room about this
yeah,
whole situation. One of the biggest reasons why people haven't been to a game, or loyal fans that used to go to all kinds of games haven't been in years, is because
yeah,
unfortunately the prices of these tickets have phased a lot of people out of that game day experience. Man, it's really unfortunate.
yeah, man. I'll be honest, I'm one of those.
Right. Yep.
Loyal fans. I'm a huge Tennessee fan, man, and I used to go to games. I've been to several, and I used to definitely go to more. The year, I think the last year that I went to two games. But I also didn't
Mhm.
pay very much for tickets.
Right.
And or not the last year. I'm sorry. There was one year I went to two games, and then the last year I went to one, and it was reasonable, man. Like I was able to get tickets,
Yep.
at a reasonable price, and with I know with success, obviously, you're gonna have ticket prices go up. But I do think, man, at some point there needs to be a reasonable amount that people can
Yep.
still actually attend these games. A lot of my I guess game day, if I do something for a game day now, and instead of going to the game, me and my wife always have like a cookout, or we do, which I love that stuff too. I would, in fact, that might be my favorite thing to do. Have friends together,
Yep.
do a good cookout, being at your house, the comfort of your home, and watching the
Yep.
game, and watching other games as you're grilling and everything. Now that,
Right.
in my opinion, I can't beat that. But
Yep.
that's the big thing that we do for the games, and I would still like to be able to attend a game. You know, I, I'm not saying I'd be going to a lot of them, but if I could attend just a game or two each year,
Yep.
that would be nice.
Yep.
To mix with that, and I mean, I would still do a cookout and still do those type of things. But yeah, I definitely haven't got to go in some time. I it's just, but like you said, it just ticket prices. I mean, I would maybe, I guess, like you were talking about, like reaching out maybe to someone that has season tickets, or someone that maybe can't. It turns out they're not going to be able to go, and it might be last
Yep.
minute. If you could kind of be open to whether might be able to attend this game, might not be, but you kind of wait. I feel like towards the last minute on some things, you might be able to catch some of that. Where someone got a couple tickets, that person realizes, hey, I don't have much time to sell this. Maybe then
Right.
you could catch a little bit of a deal sometimes. But yeah, you're right, man. Ticket prices, that is the one elephant in the room, like you said. That kind of creates a negative experience around
Yep.
football time, because
Yeah.
it's just they're expensive, man. It is what it is.
So, there are things that you can do as opposed to just jumping straight to Ticketmaster. I mean, obviously, Ticketmaster has a lock on a lot of stuff. But if I was someone that was seeking out tickets, that or is trying to find a better price, or find someone that's willing to budge on their price, there are options. There's message boards out there that you can go to. There's a message board called Ball Nation. They have like a ticket section where people that have season tickets, or have tickets however they acquired them, if they're wanting to get rid of them, they'll post them on there. There's also VolQuest that you can get on, and they have a message board on there where people post tickets and parking passes and things of that nature. So there are ways around getting on Ticketmaster and paying those absurd Ticketmaster fees and you know what I'm saying, and paying those scalper type level prices. There are ways around that, and that's a good way to meet people that are actually within the community of the Tennessee Vols. And that's kind of how my journey started with being a season ticket holder. I kind of got on those message boards quite a bit and talked to people, and that's how I've actually acquired a lot of my tickets even before being a season ticket holder.
Yeah,
So that's another option for people that. And then of course there's Facebook groups that you can join. Obviously, in situations like that, you know, you have to watch out for scammers and things of that nature. Also, I mean,
absolutely, man.
when you're buying tickets directly from Ticketmaster, I mean, yeah, you're paying all the fees and stuff, but at least you know it's legit.
Yeah,
Um, but some of these message boards and stuff like that is a good way to meet people in the volunteer universe to just kind of, you know, maybe bypass some of the big time companies like Ticketmaster and stuff that are selling
yeah,
tickets, you know.
absolutely, man. Like you said, yeah, you definitely want to watch out for those scams,
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Don't give out your bank account information and all that good stuff,
Right. Right.
you know,
Yep.
and then
Use PayPal or something where your money's going to be protected, obviously. And a
yeah,
rule of thumb in situations like this, people. I mean, we've all heard it before, but if it's too good to be true, it probably is. I mean, if you
yeah,
see Tennessee versus Alabama tickets somewhere for $500 a piece, and then you get on BallQuest and somebody's trying to sell them to you for $100 a piece, I mean, I would be very leery of that. But
yeah, yeah,
you know,
definitely. You got
but
to
it could
watch out
happen.
for
You never
some.
know.
I mean, there's the signs. There's definitely the signs that hey, this don't seem right. Um, and then I mean, and I can't remember who. I don't want to point out any major ticket selling company because I can't remember exactly which one it was at this time. But
Hmm.
there's one that's like was like legitimate. Um, that I know there was some issues running into people had bought their tickets, and there's something in their like contract that was like, and they would refund you, so that wasn't the problem as far as like not getting your money, but they
Yeah.
could sell your ticket up towards like last minute type stuff.
Mm.
Um, if tickets were prices because ticket prices would skyrocket, and then they could actually sell your ticket and they'll refund you. But dude, I mean, the reason
Wow.
I know about this is that there was a group of people that went down to a Kentucky game one year, and my wife's one of her friends was in this group that was going down. We were actually going to go down that day and just hang out in Knoxville and watch the game, like hang out with them before the game, and then just hang out in Knoxville and watch it.
Yeah.
But we ended up not getting to do that. Timing didn't work out right, and so we stayed home that day. But they said they actually ended up not getting to go into the game, and it was like a group of them. They realized they had the emails, their tickets had got sold by this company. And
Wow.
they were down in Knoxville. And then that same day, another guy we knew, him and uh, his wife had went down and had took time off work to make to go down that weekend. And same thing happened to him. Um, so yeah, and then I got to looking into it, and like there was a lot of complaints about it. The Better Business Bureau had actually took them off of their site, all
Wow.
kinds of
That's
stuff.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
and I can't remember exactly which one it was. I'll look into that, and we can like we'll
Yeah.
just put it on there or something like. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're legitimate though. I mean, so I guess I'm not not we can't say they're not a legitimate company. There's just something in that
Right.
clause. Just you know, I'll never
That's
buy tickets
nuts.
from them. Let's just take it that way. I'm never
No.
buying tickets from them. So
No. No, I don't even know who you're
yeah,
talking about yet. I'm sure we'll look
I'll
it up,
let you
but
know. Yeah,
that's
I don't want to
crazy to
say it
me.
right now because I don't know for sure. I can't remember for sure who it was, and obviously that's
Right.
a big deal. So,
Right.
but yeah, that was crazy, dude. Maybe they've changed since. Maybe their company started taking a hit and they changed. But yeah, they were a legitimate. like you
Yep.
heard of company. Like it wasn't a small one. Like it was
Yeah.
legit. So,
Yeah,
but
that's a shame, man. That's a shame.
yeah, it's
Some,
crazy, man.
something else that I was thinking about, Mike. We kind of stressed the fact of parking far away from the stadium and making sure you're wearing your
Yep.
walking shoes, and you're going to have a lot of miles logged and a lot of steps logged by the end of your day. There is a way
Yep.
around that, and I myself have done it, and it's actually very nice. A lot of people do it. You park at the Civic Auditorium there in Knoxville, and you actually shuttle. It's a Knoxville City Transit buses is what it is, and they
Yep.
shuttle people from the stadium or from the parking garage to the stadium, and then after the game, I think it typically starts at like the beginning of the third quarter or the end of the third quarter or something like that. The shuttles start running again to take you from the stadium back to the garage. But if I'm not mistaken, it might have even been free at one point. I can't remember, but there is. I think it's like $10 now or something like that. If I remember correctly, the last time I did it,
It sounds right.
you
I've
park.
done it once, and
Yeah,
that sounds right.
yeah. You pay and park, and then I think you pay like $10 or $20 to park. But then the shuttle used to be free, but I think you even have to pay for it now. But it's not very expensive at all. But anyway,
Yeah.
what they do is they take you to the corner of Cumberland Avenue and Philip Fulmer Way, so you're literally on the corner of Neyland Stadium, and they drop you off. And
Nice.
that right there is a really good way to get to the stadium. Now, it is somewhat of a nightmare getting back because you're going to stand in line and you're going to watch a lot of shuttle buses fill up and leave before you get to the front of the
Yep.
line to get in a shuttle bus. I mean, if you're going to do that, you've got to allot that amount of time after the game
Yep.
you just got to be patient. That's all I can tell you. You're not going to
Yeah.
walk straight to your car, get in it, hit the highway, and head home. I mean, you're going to have to allot for an extra hour and a half or something to be waiting in line
Yep.
to get on a bus. But it's a heck of a way to bypass all that walking. The
Yep.
buses typically have air conditioning in them, and they're packed. Don't get me wrong, you're packed in there like a
Yep.
sardine, but it is a nice way to bypass a lot of the physical parts of a game
Yep.
day by walking and stuff like that.
Without paying all kinds of money to be close.
Right,
So
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And my
man.
and when I do that, Mike, my favorite thing to do is when they drop you off at the corner of Cumberland and Philip Fulmer, instead of getting off the bus and just walking straight down to the stadium, I like walking up Cumberland and
Yeah.
turning left on Melrose, and that's where Gus's Deli is. That is like my number one game day ritual is make sure no matter how I get there, whether it's another route or whatever, I'm always going to try to
Yeah,
hit
love it.
Gus's Deli before a game, because their steamed Reuben sandwiches, man, are out of this world. If you've never
Oh,
had
dude.
one, yeah, if you've never had one, you need to try one. In the last episode, I actually was wearing a Gus's Deli T-shirt.
Yeah.
I swear by that place. It's a Knoxville staple, been around for decades. It's a really cool place if you've never checked it out.
Dude, I haven't actually been, so I think next game I go to. Um,
Well, we're
honest.
going to go to a game
Oh
this
yeah.
year. Fourth and Whatever is
Yeah.
going to take the podcast to a game.
Yeah.
If you've been around with us for a while and you saw what I did with the Appalachian State kind of vlog style, interview style thing, I think Fourth and Whatever as a group needs to do that at a Tennessee football game this year, and we need to
Yeah.
make that happen for sure.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, looking forward to that. I'll definitely we'll have to go there and eat, man.
Oh
Definitely
yeah.
gonna have to. I might have to make a trip to Knoxville at some point and go there because my wife loves Reuben sandwiches.
Oh,
So if even if we're not going to,
oh
even if
man.
me and her don't end up going to a game at some point, I'm gonna have to take her
Yeah.
down there. I feel like. Um, but yeah, definitely looking forward to that when we go to a game, and it'll be a good one too. Like we'll make sure it's
Yep.
a good game. We're gonna have we'll get the full experience there of for everybody
Yep.
too. Maybe some people who haven't got to go, and we'll show some things, kind of where we park, things like that. We'll kind of throw out some stuff during the vlog that you can get to see a little and experience it a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of a day as a fan in Neyland, so someone will kind of get to see that a little bit, and see more about
And
what we're talking about.
we'll get down there so you can see that band walk through too as well, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely got to catch that. Um, Definitely be an experience that I haven't got to do there. Um, Speaking of stuff I haven't done, something I don't know. I was just looking up things earlier too to kind of get some ideas of things that I might not have got to do, but hey, this is stuff they offer. Um, I've uh, and maybe I have because and it been years ago, but I know it would have been a long time, and something I haven't got to do is the Vol Village. Um, and
Yep,
it's it opens 3.5 hours before kickoff. It's
yep,
located in the Humanities Plaza. Basically, they got live music, food trucks, sponsor activities, things like that. Now I don't
yep.
know anything really about it. You may know a little bit more on the Vol Village, but just it looked like it. I mean, live music, food trucks, things that are going on before the
Yeah.
game starts. Um, I feel like that could be something cool to maybe see. I don't
Yeah.
know. Have you ever went through the Vol Village
Yeah,
before
yeah,
the game?
it's really cool, man. They have obviously, like you said, they have food trucks, coffee trucks, things of
Yeah,
that nature, music playing, live DJs, live people, with instruments and everything like that as well. They've got inflatables for kids sometimes, weird little odd activities for game day and stuff like that. It's usually really, really, really packed and crowded, but it's really cool, especially for kids. I
I
mean,
figured it was probably a crowded thing. Yeah,
yeah, especially if you have kids, it's a little. I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, when you start getting in and around some of these parking garages and
yeah,
things like that, I mean, that type of lifestyle and that type of vibe is a little more adult
yeah,
oriented, I guess you could say. But the Vol Village, I think, is kind of more family friendly, family oriented,
yeah,
stuff like that. So yeah, it's really cool. It's worth
yeah,
checking out if you've never been uh, to a game for sure.
yeah. Yeah, and I think we talk about dynamic of when a game is can dictate kind of what um, how your
Yeah,
day looks. Obviously,
yeah,
man, sometimes depending either maybe who you're going with or the situation. You might be a family day kind of thing. So we want to there's some family things you can do, family friendly
yep,
things. And then obviously some of the places might be, like you said, a little bit more geared towards adults.
yep,
Some of the bars, some of the parking garages with tailgating going on, you got some different things that might be
yep,
geared that way. So you got different, you definitely have different vibes depending on who you're going with and what your situation's like.
yep,
So I think that's important to let be known with that as well. Something that I I think would be cool is if it was a game that we were, if Tennessee's good enough one year, and we've had this happen in the last few years, game day shows up um,
man.
in Knoxville. I've not, dude. I just
Oh
want to
yeah,
experience, especially now with like Pat McAfee and some of the people that's on there, and just
hmm
the entertainment of watching game day. Waking up on a Saturday at home, watching game day, and just enjoying that experience. I feel like it kicks off sometimes. I don't get to watch the whole thing every time, but it kind of kicks off my college football Saturday. I would
yeah,
love to experience it in Neyland, man, to get to see it. Because I've seen things before where they have like, you know, they'll be talking about the game beforehand, things like that. They do that. I'm sure they're around Knoxville too, or and then you even might have like SEC show up for with
yep.
Tim Tebow, people like that too. So catching one of those would just be cool though. You know what I mean? Like game day,
Oh yeah,
the SEC, with you got like Tim Tebow and everyone on there catching that. Barstool Sports was there that one year. I would have loved to have been there when they were they were there. You had like Dave Portnoy and all those people there. That'd have been pretty wild to see. But basically like catching some of those things, just even the radio host, things like that, talking about games
yep,
beforehand.
yep,
There's things like that. That's obviously certain ones depend on certain things. Like game day, that's going to require a big game. Tennessee's going to have to be
yep.
doing well. They're going to have to be playing somebody else doing well, and you're going to have to. It's going to have to be a big matchup. But we've had them
Yep.
there, the last few years. Game
Yeah,
day
you're
has
right.
made it down to Knoxville, so I think that'd be really cool to just happen to catch one of those. That's a
Yep.
little more difficult to do. It's not happening every game, so
Yep.
but it would be a cool experience.
Yeah, if you're gonna catch game day, if game day just so happens to come to Knoxville, and you're wanting to catch it, you're gonna have to get there very early. Because
I would say
obviously
maybe
game.
even consider being staying somewhere the night before and being in Knoxville.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been to, I'm fortunate enough to have gone to a couple of game days at Knoxville, and I'm talking leaving the house at like 5 a.m.
yeah.
Just something absolutely crazy because game day starts at what, Mike, 7 a.m. every Saturday morning,
I think
isn't it?
well, no, I think it's 9, isn't it?
Or 9, I guess. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're good. Yeah, I think it's 9 a.m. when they actually start. That
Yeah,
that's actually starting. You probably need to be there, to have,
right.
at least
Yeah,
by 7 a.m. But yeah, they actually started at 9 a.m.
yeah,
Eastern
yeah.
time,
Because
of
what?
course, for
Yeah, because
out
from
there.
where Mike and I, from the area where Mike and I live, I mean, we're with traffic and stopping to get gas and all that. It's about a 2-hour trip from here to Knoxville. So there have been times where I've left the house about 5 o'clock in the morning to get
Yeah,
down there, get a
yeah.
good parking
That's
spot,
definitely
and
given
make
some
my way
time.
over.
Because, like you said, traffic too is a big factor there. Because I can
Yep,
leave my house, and if I drive straight to Knoxville on a day there's no traffic, I can be there in an hour and 15 minutes. But
yep,
that's straight there, not really stopping on the way down. And
yep,
so that's why I say usually about an hour and a half. But with
yep.
on game days, big games especially, traffic, you run into traffic outside of Knoxville, then you're thinking getting parked, you're getting all that. Like you
Yep.
said, that's about a 2 hour experience right there. By the time you get parked somewhere and you're ready to roll. So definitely um, look and see how the distance to Knoxville. Like I said, for me, you're looking at about an hour, 15 to hour and a half getting to Knoxville.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it would take about 2 hours. And probably you're similar in the area that you are because we live pretty
Yep.
close. So um,
Yep.
that's just something to think about, though. That adds what, an extra 30, 45 minutes of like planning time from what it would probably say on GPS. So um,
Yeah.
if you're looking it up, how far Knoxville is, I would go ahead and give yourself maybe even an extra hour just to make sure you're there on time. So,
Yep. Yeah. Ultimately, if anyone's never been to a game, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you get to go to one at some point in the near future. Um, Funny enough, Mike, and I want to bring this up real quick. It's kind of outside the realm of what we've been talking about, but we're recording this on a Monday afternoon. We've never recorded Monday afternoons. So I'm actually off work today because I'm going to Knoxville here in just about an hour or so, maybe 30, 40 minutes, to the Thompson Bowling Arena because WWE Monday Night Raw is going to be there tonight. So I'm going there tonight, and probably talk about that on the next episode. But by the time this episode comes out, it would have already happened. So I can't really talk
yeah,
about everything that's going to happen. But all this Knoxville talk, man, and I'm actually heading there here in about 30 minutes or so. I just
yeah,
thought that was random.
getting ready to make that journey yourself, man. And,
Hmm.
so yeah, that'd be cool though, man. I know that's gonna be something exciting in your life. I know, and really enjoy it. So I hope you
Yep.
guys have a good time, man. And yeah, we'll definitely be able to talk about that a little bit on the next episode for sure.
Oh yeah. And something else I want to bring up is in the last episode we talked about a time that you kind of sacrificed your time and went out to a hotel or a hospital parking lot and recorded a podcast episode. You worked
Yeah,
night shift last night and you've got to go back in tonight, but you woke up a little early, sacrificed a little bit of sleep to make sure that we were able to record today. So whatever
yeah.
it takes sometimes, right, man?
Yeah, man, you gotta just gotta stick with it, and sometimes you gotta grind a little bit. So I've got about 5 hours of sleep in me. So if I look sleepy in this episode, that's what it is. I've had my coffee sitting here though, so I have drank quite a bit of that, so it's helped me get
Yeah.
through. But yeah, man, and if you're and people still out there watching, and following us and everything. You know, that's why we do it. It's why we stay, and we enjoy it, and as well. And it's why we post every week and try to keep content coming out, man. Even if we got to sacrifice sleep a little bit here and there. Um,
Yep.
but but yeah, thank you, you know, for watching, and always make sure, you know, like we always say, like and subscribe helps us out.
Yep.
And if you, you know, in the comments, if which, you know, what's some of y'all's favorite things to do, game day, where
Yep.
some of the places y'all park, feel free to, you know, flood those comments with some stuff, to let people know, you know, we're not experts, but, you know, we've just been there.
Right.
So it's like, we're just kind of giving you some opinions on what we do. But, but yeah, definitely, give us, anybody got any tips or anything on some cool things to do down there, go ahead and leave some comments.
Yep.
And if you've never been to a game, hope you get to experience it soon and enjoy it. Just enjoy it,
Yep.
and um, you know, be ready to be around. You know, you're gonna be around some crowds, and just be patient. Enjoy it. If you get there early enough, don't have to be in a hurry. That's the
Yep.
best way to do it, man. So
100%. And I think in the next episode we'll talk about some of the changes that are going to be happening around
yeah,
Neyland Stadium. I know a lot of people are probably going to say, you know, I've parked in G10 my whole life, which is the biggest main garage right next to the stadium. One
yeah,
of the biggest tailgating scenes for Saturdays in Knoxville, and there's some changes coming.
yeah,
If somebody's watching this and they haven't heard about it, there is ongoing and there's going to be continued construction going on to that parking garage, demolition, and the school has big plans for an entertainment district, as they're calling it, right there in that general area. So I think it'll be cool to talk about that maybe in the next episode, Mike, because it all kind of ties in together.
yeah,
A big
yeah,
change like that hasn't happened in decades is going to change a lot of people's game day experiences in the future. So new
yeah.
traditions. Uh, Maybe some people aren't going to like it, ruining some of their traditions that they've had for years and stuff like that. But we'll dive all into that on the next episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, looking forward to talking to that about that for sure. Definitely going to be some change coming. So,
Yeah,
um, well, man, you know, as always, dude, it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed talking about
100%.
some of these game day experiences, man. Kind of
Yeah.
makes you, you know, get, even though it's not, I know it's not time, but it kind of gears you up for the upcoming season in a way, man. Just talking
Oh
about all
yeah.
the things, but looking forward to some of the stuff coming up as well. But Adam, as always, man, it's been fun, and I'll see you on the next one, man.
All right, man. Take care, brother.